Hello, my name is Ariz and I want to tell you all I know about the heart. This is a diagram of the heart that I made. Usually when you think of heart, you think this. You should think of a shape that means love, or you think of it as a symbol on a card. But the heart, it's more than just a shape or a symbol of love. The heart is a very important organ in your body that although it's just the size of your fist, it grows. That the bigger you are, that your heart is that big, because the bigger you are, the more blood is needed to supply you. So let's start that. What does the heart do? It's one of the very delicate, important organs in your body, that if it weren't for the heart, we wouldn't be here. Whole human civilization, it wouldn't have been there if it just weren't for one heart. And I've also known about many heart diseases called heart attacks, and it may start if there is too much cholesterol in one's diet. If if the cholesterol, it's a type of nutrient. We do need it in our body, though, but too much of it, that's too much. But so what happens when you have too much cholesterol? What happens? There's too much of it. Then it goes into your blood vessels, and starts blocking out. It starts just like a big boat, no bigger than a grain of sand, but it's still big, and it blocks blood cells. When it gets bigger, it traps the blood cells into it, and there, that means less blood flow to your heart. And so that causes less blood to be flowing to the heart cells. And there's there are also pacemakers. They send electrical impulses that tell the heart, you should do this. You should go on beating non-stop. And but during if I've heard of a person that had too much cholesterol in his diet, and for 45 years his heart kept on running normally, but one day, when he's just playing a game of ball, his heart began to race out of control. There was a cholesterol block in his artery, so the body could cope with it. There was no big issue, and he had an heart ticket, a small heart ticket, that just about to almost nearly end his life, and he didn't even know this. So one day when he was just on a construction work, and some of his crew and friends, they were playing a game of ball, and his heart, it began to race almost out of control, and all that much, the heart began to slow down a little. And it was so much that it was 120 beats in a few minutes or seconds. And thanks to that, he had a pain in his right arm, and almost made him draw down. An ambulance was called, and when he was in the hospital, he was forced to be given a drug and an oxygen mask. And they figured out that there was too much cholesterol, so the drug that they inserted him through a vaccine, and that causes to dissolve it. So, and some of the heart cells, but still, just became so full of liquid that they were starting to burst, and then the fluid was entering his lungs. So that almost made him take off his oxygen mask, but he had to keep it on. Why? Because his lungs, they were struggling to breathe, and his brains was saying adrenaline everywhere. It's a hormone that tells you about danger. But adrenaline had no effect on him. So when they gave him shocks that could utilize the moment, but one heart cell, then it began producing its own things, its own electrical impulses that saying, come on, go, 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 go. It's just like someone encouraging you in the race. But it was having no effect, and he was finally then cured. So I recommend you should have less cholesterol in your diet. That it's caused in fatty foods like burgers, and you should never ever try to ever even think about having a puff on a cigarette. Why? Because cigarettes, They're the main cause of millions of deaths around the world. Some people are smoking, then they just keep on doing. Why? Because they're all the chemicals in it. They make them addicting to them, like nicotine. And so far on, we can go with the heart now. And over here you see the blue things here. There are some these are the aorta, and it's an artery, and the arteries, they carry oxygen, the blood with a lot of oxygen in it. And over here you see this, it's blue. Why? Because it's actually a vein, but these are the only ones, things here that actually carry oxygenated blood. They're different from the other veins. They carry blood with very little oxygen in it. And another very helpful thing that heart can do, if somewhere around here there was a dark patch, that means there was less oxygen here. So this part here would grow and then reach here to supply it with more oxygen. And the heart, it beats about 3 billion times per in an average lifetime. So you should really take care of yourself in the heart. Thank you.